stitching, white names and numerals. Pitts lost the toss, and it is picked up by the Owls, and we are underway. We're also on CUSA TV tonight. Glad to have you tuning in, whether you're in Bowling Green, whether you're in Houston, or somewhere in between. Jason Metco with you here tonight. Ashley Austin trying to find Leah Fisher early. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Owls. Shot clock holds at 7 seconds. Although we already have a time issue, as we see second-year head coach Lindsey Edmonds saying the shot clock needs readjustment. And they will add 3 seconds to that shot clock to make it say 10. Greg Collins in his 5th year, the head coach of the Lady Toppers, a record of 48-35. They have started this season 3-6. As they adjust the shot clock and the game clock more than likely as well. There we go, 9:38 to go. Quarter one, 4 10-minute quarters, 10 on the shot clock. It's not been a good first quarter season so far for Western Kentucky. They're minus 48 in first quarters. And Fisher receives the inbound, and Malia has her first 2 tonight. Strong contender for freshman of the year in the conference last year, did not win it. Quite the battle, though, and we'll see what WKU can do offensively for their first touch here this evening. Lexi Mead with the basketball on the right wing will receive it right back for Macy Blevins. Mead standing at 5'5", hailing from Moreno Valley, California, pulls up a 3 from there and hit the front part of the rim. The ball is loose in the middle of the key. Trinity Gooden pulls it up. We have a held ball in the alternating possession awarded to the Owls. The Rice men are playing in Bowling Green tonight. They are just about to start the second half. WKU leading by 10 on the Scholars, the score of 36-26. Western Kentucky went on a 10-0 run to start in the first 3 minutes. Lady Topper basketball. Rainbow pass in for Foster, who has it between the circles to the left elbow. Swing it back on high for Mead. Work it right side now for Acacia Hayes. Hayes, a left-hand dribble of her own, handing off for Mead, who tumbles in the lane, and we have a whistle and a traveling violation. And the ball will be awarded to the Owls. Rice 9-1, their best start in school history. Lost to Middle Tennessee back on the 20th, 74-68. Now we have a whistle and a 10-second violation called. Put that on your bingo card and cross it off if you have it. WKU ball with Pitts, Mead, Meredith, Hayes, and Foster. We were expecting Macy Blevins to start tonight. And now do we have another clock issue? It appears that we do. That's what Lindsey Edmonds is saying anyway. And now we'll have a brief stoppage here as we play Fix the Clock. While we have a moment, we will remind you that the Rice women are back hosting on New Year's Eve day. The UTEP Miners are here. We'll be on the air at 1:55, tip at 2 o'clock. For those of you who are fans of the Lady Toppers, join us on CUSA TV tonight. You'll take on Middle Tennessee. Same bat time, same bat channel, as they say, 2 p.m. on New Year's Eve day. Out-of-town scoreboard while we have a moment. Halftime at Boca Raton. And Florida Atlantic is one better than North Texas at 28-27. Middle Tennessee leading Charlotte 33-27. Louisiana Tech and UTSA just started from San Antonio. And late game tonight, 8 o'clock tip, UAB and UTEP. Here it's 2-0 in favor of Rice. The lone points to Malia Fisher so far in this contest. The Owls lead the all-time series 6-4. They've won 6 of the last 7 over WKU. But the Lady Toppers did win the last matchup. It was here earlier this year, January 13th of 2022 to be exact. The final score on that one, WKU winning big, 78-61. And again, we are reviewing the clock here to make sure that we are kosher when it comes to game clock and shot clock. 5 on the floor for Rice, Fisher, Crostwaite, Jackson, Austin, and Gooden. Back to the men's game here real quick with WKU leading by 10. Quincy Olivari with 5 points so far for Rice, but the leading point total goes to Travis Evie. who has 10 so far. And just following up, and it was a shot clock error. The shot clock has now been set on 23 seconds. We have 8:45 to go in the first, and it is Rice basketball now. Crossway will inbound to Destiny Jackson, and here we go. Rice in the home whites, 6th of a 7-game homestand, which will end on Saturday when they host UTEP. Double team to the left wing was good, and that leaves Crossway wide open underneath, and she scores 2. The assist to Malia Fisher. And Rice has started off on a 4-0 advantage. Western Kentucky basketball, wearing the visiting Reds tonight. Western, then the number, and then the Kentucky name underneath. Left wing 3, Maya Meredith off the mark. Rebound Trinity Gooden in the far corner. Rice with a good start early here. Gooden into the front court, leaving it on high dangerously. Destiny Jackson able to settle it down. Right side, Trinity Gooden looking for Austin Hazard, double teamed. Threw it away though, good read by Lexi Mead. She'll take it to the front court, hand it off left wing for Hayes, right back to her. Hayes wearing the red and white shoes predominantly this evening. Leaving it for Maya Meredith, left wing, and she stepped on the baseline, out of bounds left, and it will go to Rice. Already the second turnover on the Lady Toppers. 4-0 advantage for the Scholars, 7:35 and ticking to go. First stanza of our 4-act play tonight. Jason Metco with you, RiceOwls.com, the Varsity Network app. We're also on CUSA TV this evening. However you're consuming the presentation, we're glad you're with us here. We wind down 2022. Crossway almost fumbled it, left wing. They'll cycle it right side. 3, Austin off the front part of the rim. Actually, that was Gooden with the miss. Rebound pass up ahead, held in by Foster of WKU. Almost stepped on the baseline. They'll work at perimeter to Meredith right side. 4-0 deficit for WKU. 7 minutes and counting to go. First quarter of play from Tudor Fieldhouse. Mead between the circles. Options right side, Meredith. Maya Meredith hailing from Newport, Kentucky. Down the alley past Fisher. Off the glass and scores 2. Meredith was the freshman of the year last year in Conference USA play. 4-2 advantage for the Scholars. 6:37 and ticking to go. First stanza. Crossway in the near wing. Handing on top for Austin. Pull up 3. Off the heel. Rebound aggressively pulled in by Meredith. Meredith was named Freshman of the Week for the entire month of January last season. That's probably why she was Freshman of the Year. Give and go to Foster, can't finish, foul underneath the left basket. And I believe this is on Foster. It is. That is her first and the first foul of the game on anybody. Odeth Benedcourt is in, better known as Odie, we understand, the 6'2 junior from San Cristobal, Venezuela. Transfer from South Florida. It is Rice basketball. They lead 4-2 as we approach 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rice is now in a scoring drought that has gone longer than 2 minutes. Destiny Jackson hanging on the right wing. Tried to go Malia Fisher. Deflected away. Good defense, Benedcourt, and now a foul in the backcourt on Rice, and this will be their first of the game. It's on Malia Fisher. Greg Collins, the head coach of the Lady Toppers, 1-5 all-time versus Rice. That went back in January of this year, the lone victory. WKU ball, they're down 2 in a very low-scoring affair, past under 6 minutes to go here. Top of the key, 3, Meredith sinks it. Maya Meredith for 3. And the visitors from Kentucky land have the lead at 5-4. How will Rice answer? Fisher, Jackson. Jackson right elbow to Austin. Charge call before the pass. That's DJ's first. Team foul 2, and Lindsay Edmonds going to the bench early here. Jazzy Owens-Barnett checks in, the 5'7 freshman from Plano. This Rice team last year at times did not really have a bench to speak of. Coaching staff goes out and they recruit the best recruiting class in the conference. How about that? Owls have turned it over 3 times, though, on their last 3 possessions. Western Kentucky leading by 1, 5-4, 5 and a quarter to go. First quarter to play from Tudor Fieldhouse. NBA 3 Hayes off the rim and the backboard. Rebound Malia Fisher. Rice trying to press the issue in the whites. Trinity good on the baseline. Feeding Austin. Taken away. Another turnover. Foster says thank you very much. 1-on-2. Foster with no options now finds Betancourt down the alley, and she lays it in. Odie Betancourt scores her first two. And WKU's on a 7-0 run here that has spanned 100 seconds. Under 5 to play in the first. 7-4 advantage for Western Kentucky University. Barnett, left side, Caitlin, 3. Crossway sinks it, and we're tied at 7. That was a desperately needed 3 early here. First 3 of the game made from the Scholars side of things. 4.5 to go first quarter. Knotted up at 7. Open look at a 2. No, a 3. Missed from me. The rebound finds Austin's hands. We're knotted up at 7. 4:20 and ticking to go. First quarter of play. Ashley Austin thought about a 3. Now we'll take it down the alley. Off the glass. Foul and 1. Thought about a 3, then makes a 3-point play possible. That makes it 9-7, and we have a timeout on the floor with 4:17 to go until the end of the first. It's Rice 9 and Western Kentucky 7. Rice University women's basketball from Learfield continues after this minute timeout. Ashley will attempt to convert a 3-point play here. She is 30 of 40 from the line this season. And now 31 of 41. And the lead is back to 3 for Rice at 10-7. 4:10 and counting to go, quarter number 1. Western Kentucky basketball right to left. See Hope Savory in for the first time. Meanwhile, driving down the lane is Meade, and she'll pick up a foul and will go to the line for 2. Malia Fisher already with 2 fouls. That will force the hand of the Rice bench. And we'll see India Bellamy in for the first time this evening. She's a 6'1 senior from McDonough, Georgia. Alexis Meade was a part of the all-freshman team last year. Makes the first of 2. Finished last year with 326 points, did Meade. 9th most by a freshman in program history. And made both free throws there. And the lead for Rice is down to a point at 10-9. 4:06 to go till we reach the end of quarter number 1. For the 5 on the floor right now, Rice with Crosthwaite, Bellamy, Austin, Owens, Barnett, and Gooden. Cladded in the white uniforms tonight. Jazzy Owens Barnett, left wing. Sporting those hot green shoes. Neon green, I guess you could call them to a certain extent, but not bright green. Austin, Bellamy to the baseline. India back to Ashley on high, right side, Trinity Gooden. Trinity with 4 on the shot clock. Right block extended, needs a little bit of help. Crossway, top of the key, 3 and hit it as the shot clock expired. Caitlin's second tray of the quarter, and that was a big one. The Owls, 3 of their last 3 from the field. They lead 13-9 on Western Kentucky. Here's Savory for 3, cannot answer. Rebound Bellamy underneath, and she's fouled. And judging by Betancourt's reaction, it might be on her. It is on Odie, but she is also grasping her left arm. And might come out here. She does. And Elia Pitts is back in, the 6'0 junior from Maryland. Transfer from Virginia. Rice with a 13-9 lead on Western Kentucky. 3:13 and ticking to go. Quarter number 1 from Tudor Fieldhouse. Trinity Gooden will slow things down. Crossover dribble at the top. Working it with Jazzy Owens Barnett. They go to Bellamy at the free throw line. India needs help. Finds it to Caitlin Crossway. Left side. Austin for 3. Sinks it. It's raining threes in the first here for the Scholars. 16-9 advantage for Rice. They are 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. 2:45 and ticking to go. First stanza. Savory in the far corner. That's a charge. No, a blocking foul call on Bellamy. And Savory applauds. And a cascade of boos hail from Tudor. That is Bellamy's first. Watch the replay here on CUSA TV. Or did they hit that with Jazzy Owens-Barnett? Yeah, Jazzy Owens-Barnett's first. Wow. A 3-ball off the inbound made by WKU as we see Macy Blevins the first time tonight scoring. That makes it a 4-point lead now for Rice. It's 16-12 with 2:29 to go. So WKU capitalizes as Jazzy Owens-Barnett tries to go coast to coast and does from the right block and scores. Rice is hot. 5 of their last 5 from the field have dropped. The lead is back to 6 at 18-12. 2:10 and counting to go first quarter. Savory trying a pretty play on the baseline, lost it, and it's picked up by Crostway. Here comes Rice. Good in a 2-on-2 with Bellamy. Stops, goes Ashley Austin. Right wing 3. Off the iron, rebound underneath, and it's pulled in by Western Kentucky's Macy Blevins. The Lady Toppers are down 6. 1:45 and counting to go first quarter. Faustino down the alley and missed the shot. Teresa, 5'9" junior from Portugal. Transfer from Oregon State. Rice the other way with 1.5 and plus to go. Quarter number 1, Austin wide open 3. Near corner. Yes, ma'am. That wide open, she'll make it every time. 4 of 7 from downtown in the first quarter for Rice. 21-12. And in transition, we see Jazzy Owens-Barnett come up with the basketball, but the foul was on her. And that's Jazzy's second, I believe. It is. And Rice makes a couple of changes as we see Dominic Ennis for the first time, 5'9" freshman from Fort Erie, Niagara Falls, Ontario. Also, Kennedy Clifton has checked in, the 6'0" freshman from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. 2 shots here for Hope Savory. 21-13. She was co-freshman of the year last year. And Savory made them both. The lead is back down to 7 points for Rice, 21-14, 1:13 and counting to go. Quarter number 1, we also see Shelby Hayes in. 6'2" freshman from Cedar Park. Wide open, Clifton, bank shot, free throw line. Put it down. There's Kennedy's first 2. 23-14, under a minute to go. First quarter of play from Tudor Fieldhouse. Faustino down the lane, off the glass. Pretty play for her and put it in. Teresa averaging about 7 points a game. And she has 2 here in this one. Under 40 to play in the first. Rice 23, Western Kentucky 16. Dominic Ennis near the WKU bench. Josie Gilvin going toe-to-toe with her, 6'0" freshman from Louisville. Here's a 3 from Clifton from the right wing and connects. That is Clifton's second 3 this season and makes it a 10-point lead. Jalen Foster sitting down for Western Kentucky in front of the scorer's bench just did palms to the sky after that one went in. And now underneath the left basket, we have a foul on the floor, and this is on Rice with 6.4 to go. Or did they say it hit the baseline? It just hit the baseline. All right. Jalen Foster is back in for Western Kentucky, replacing Pitts. Inbound play to Foster, left wing with 5. Handing off Savory. Right elbow, fadeaway shot from inside. Rolled it off the rim, and that'll do it for quarter number 1. Rice with a good start, thanks in part to key three-point shooting. 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. They lead by 10 on the Lady Toppers here at the end of the first, 26-16. Rice University women's basketball from Learfield continues after this timeout. Missed left wing there from Ennis. Rebound underneath was stripped away. WKU basketball clad into the visiting Reds. That looked like a travel on Meredith that was missed. Lindsay Edmonds saying as much as well. We saw it, so did she, but the officials did not. Driving underneath, Hayes shorted it. Ball out of bounds, baseline left, and it will go to Rice. Ball don't lie, as they say. For WKU, it's Meade, Meredith, Hayes, Foster, and Gilvin. As Greg Collins, graduate out of the University of Louisville from 1988, tries to find some semblance of a 5 that can compete here after a bit of a rocky first quarter. Wasn't terrible, but when the opposition shoots more than 70%, Bellamy down to Hayes, and Hayes went up and fell. Kind of hard to compete when you're being outscored by a 50% margin. Pretty close to that. Josie Gilvin with the infraction. That is her first, and the first team foul of the quarter. Here's Shelby Hayes to the line. 6'2" freshman from Cedar Park. Made the first. 11 of 15 from beyond the free throw line, I should say this, or at the free throw line. I guess you could be beyond it. You kind of technically have to be. Made them both. The lead is 12, the largest of the game. 9-10 and ticking to go till intermission. Western Kentucky in a world of hurt here early thanks to a lightning start from the Scholars. Hayes between the rings here. As Rice goes man-to-man, actually more of a zone here. Right side, Gilvin. Handing off for Mead. Mead inside the arc, right. Shot clock down to 5. Meredith threw an arm, it looked like, in the right elbow. And they're going to say this is a foul on Rice. Kennedy Clifton, her first. And needless to say, the predominantly Rice crowd here tonight is none too pleased. The foul was on the floor, so the Lady Toppers will inbound with Meredith, right baseline, or left baseline, far side inbound. Jackson tipped it. It went out of bounds in front of the scorer's bench, and it will stay with the Lady Toppers. Gilvin will inbound. Lob pass into Hayes. 8:40 and counting to go to the break. Rice a healthy lead at 12 right now. Hayes working perimeter. Meredith for 3 at the top and sinks it. Maya Meredith from beyond the arc. Her second 3 tonight. She's 2 of 3. 8 points leading Western Kentucky. But Rice has a 9-point advantage at 28-19. 8:20 and ticking to go to the halftime break. Clifton, right wing for Rice. Leaving it for Destiny Jackson on high. Right side, Clifton thought about a 3. Now looking for Hayes. Instead will pull up for 3. Almost bumped it in. Caught the left part of the rim and the backboard. Rebound to Mead, and here comes Western Kentucky. See if they can move the basketball here. Down 9. Floater on the way in the middle of the key, and that sinks for Jalen Foster. Her first 2 this evening, averaging 10.8 points per game. And the Lady Toppers on a bit of a run here. But Rice still hanging on to the lead. It's now dwindled down a little bit. 7 points, 28-21. 7:37 and counting. Clifton near corner 3. Yeah! Kennedy Clifton with a tray. That's her second tray tonight. 2 of 3. She had 2 threes the entirety of the season coming into this game. When you're hot, you're hot. The lead is 10, 31-21, 7:15 and counting to go to the halftime break. Mead all day underneath scores another 2. Lexi Mead. 31-23. WKU has done well their last 3 possessions. They have scored all 3 times. Clifton, right wing 3. Not that time. It caught the back iron. Rebound to the Lady Toppers. Mead, options on ahead to Meredith. Back to Mead between the rings. Lob pass underneath, and now a foul on the floor as they were looking for Foster. I believe this is on Rice. It is Kennedy Clifton, her second. Caitlin Crossway and Ashley Austin are both back in for Rice, in for Bellamy and Clifton. WKU will inbound, baseline left near side. Hayes to throw it in. Finally finds Meredith. 6-footer, missed it. Rebound, Caitlin Crossway. Poke check from behind. Now the ball's on the floor. Scramble for it, settled down by the Lady Toppers. Hayes needs some help. Finds it in Gilvin. Free throw line jumper scores. Josie Gilvin. That's her first 2 this evening. 31-25. Rice trying to answer from left to right in the home whites tonight. Destiny Jackson between the rings. Right side, Ashley Austin. Now inside the arc in the near corner. Down low for Hayes. Ball deflected. Foster with the pick. Another turnover by Rice. That is their 7th. Mead the other way and scores 2 from the CUSA logo from about 9 feet. The middle of the key. WKU is now on a 6-0 run spanning the last minute plus, and they made 5 of their last 6. They're down 31-27, and now Austin coughed it up. Foster again the defense. Near corner, here's Mead for 3, in and out. Rebound underneath, Shelby Hayes aggressively. Thought she was fouled as she was double teamed. Now lost her dribble, finds help there in Ennis. Ennis down low to Austin, and Ashley can't roll it in from underneath. Ball picked up by WKU. Mead with some fancy dribbling in the backcourt, brings it across the timeline. 31-27 is the Western Kentucky deficit. 5:20 and ticking to go until the halftime break. High 3, Foster nailed it. Jalen Foster, a 9-0 run here for the Lady Toppers. The lead down to 1 for Rice, and we have a timeout taken by the Scholars. 5:13 to go until we reach intermission. Rice approaching 5 minutes to go until we reach the end of the half. 31-30. Rice with the lead. Jackson wide open, right block went up, stood up by Pitts, and that will be Pitts' first foul. It was a shooting foul, so Destiny Jackson will head to the line to try to break this scoring drought, which has now gone longer than 2.5 minutes. DJ's 51 of 59 from the line and misses the first. Is there such thing as a broadcaster's jinx? I don't know. Maybe. Second from the southpaw. That rolls in. Rice's lead is a very precarious 2. 32-30, under 5 to play to the halftime break. Pitts, Mead, Faustino, Blevins, and Gilvin are the 5 clouded in red for Western Kentucky. Mead down the alley, cannot finish. Had a good look, though. Offensive rebound. Gilvey, now a left wing 3 opportunity. Did not go in for Pitts. And now underneath we have a foul. And I believe this is an offensive foul on Mead. It is. That is Lexi's first as she ties her shoe. Her left shoe, to be exact. Third team foul on the Lady Toppers. 4:37 to go to the break here. 32-30. Owens Barnett to inbound, finds Bellamy. Destiny Jackson almost lost it in the backcourt. We'll slow it down, though. She brings it across the timeline. 32-30. Rice hanging on to a 2-point lead. They were up by as many as 12 in this quarter. Team shot 77% from the field in the first quarter. Shot clock under 10. Owens Barnett between the rings to Jackson right side. DJ right block extended. Fade away, air ball. WKU with the loose garbage. Faustino pulls it in. A 2 to tie. A 3 would give them the lead. Mead working the offense right wing on a crossover. High rainbow pass left side. Taking it baseline. Faustino to the glass. Fouled. To the Rice faithful, it might have been a late whistle. Foul is called on India Bellamy. That is her first. Hope Savory is in for WKU, and Trinity Gooden returns for Rice. Teresa Faustino, 2 shots. Missed the first. Transfer from Oregon State, played 29 games last year, had the starting nod 5 times. A career-high 14 points in just her second game with Western Kentucky against North Carolina A&T. She makes 1 of the 2 there, and Rice's lead is down to the slimmest of margins, just a single point, 32-31, 3:40 and counting to go to the halftime break. Here's Gooden taking it down the alley from the left side, off the glass and in. Trinity Gooden with a big 2 there. In fact, that's her first 2 points tonight. Back to a 3-point lead, 34-31, 3:20 and counting to go. First half of play from Tudor Fieldhouse. Faustino between the rings to the right elbow, went up awkwardly and fouled. Bellamy, yep. That's India's second. 4 team fouls on Rice. Shelby Hayes is back in for Rice, replacing Bellamy. And WKU will make a sub 2. Jalen Foster returns. And she is in for Pitts. One more here for the Lady Toppers. Maya Meredith back in, replacing Meade. Two more free throws for Teresa Faustino, who just went 1 of 2 moments ago. First is in, deficit cut down to 2. Western Kentucky victorious back in January of this year, 78-61. Fourth win in the series. Rice has won 6, played 10 times. Second did not go in for Faustino. Rebound pulled in by Rice. Far corner 3, Ashley Austin connects on another tray for the Scholars. Ashley now 3 of 5 from beyond the arc tonight, 37-32. Underneath the left basket, here's Foster scoring a hard 2, assist to Gilvin. 37-34, Rice leading. Rice shooting as a team, 62% from the field, 7 of 13 from downtown, or rather, 7 of 13 from downtown. That pass out of bounds in the corner. Tried to go to Austin. Jazzy Owens-Barnett with her left hand saying, my bad, that was on me. 9 turnovers for Rice. Western Kentucky has scored 9 points off those turnovers. Lady Toppers only have 3 turnovers. Rice has scored just 2 points off that. 37-34, 2:22 and counting to go, quarter 2 from Tudor Fieldhouse on a Thursday night. Meredith left wing, handing off Foster. Left elbow extended going against Hayes. Near corner Meredith. Shot clock's about to expire. It does, and she releases a 3. That's an air ball. Shot clock violation, and it's Rice basketball with 2:06 to go. 37-34 at half. We'll have the out-of-town scoreboard. Look at the Conference USA standings coming into tonight. And also hopefully have a men's final that has gone the way of the men tonight of Rice University. Jazzy Owens-Barnett, left block goes up and fouled with 1:53 to go. Good hustle by Jazzy. Fouls on Hope Savory, her first. 4th Lady Topper team foul. Jazzy Owens-Barnett will visit the line to shoot 2. 11 of 19 this season, that's 57.9%. And made the first. Jazzy, the pride of Plano. Went to Frisco Liberty High School, though. That's not in Plano. Made the second, 39-34 as Jazzy goes 2 of 2. 1:50 and ticking to go till intermission. Western Kentucky ball in the red uniforms, right to left. Savory, Meredith, Foster, Faustino, and Gilvin. Meredith on top, down the lane, past the streaking Hayes and scores 2. Maya Meredith, freshman of the year last year. Co-freshman of the year in 2020, or the 2021 CUSA co-freshman of the year was Hope Savory. So plenty of talent here. Savory got hit in the face by Jazzy Owens-Barnett, and there'll be a foul on Jazzy at the top of the key. And for Jazzy, that's her 3rd. Destiny Jackson back in. And Jazzy Owens-Barnett will sit out the rest of the half. Now will we determine if this is a flagrant or not? Yes, we will. Check the replay here. The ball poked away, and then Jazzy turns going after the ball and made contact. And that's inadvertent. That's not intentional. I mean, Savory got popped pretty good, but Jazzy Owens-Barnett is looking at the ball and making the turn, as we see on the CUSA feed that we have here. Free throws here to our left, uncontested. And Savory misses the first. Just speaking neutrally here, I did not see intentional contact. Savory made them both. I mean, I understand that there was contact made with the face, but Jazzy's looking for the ball. In any event, Western Kentucky goes 1-2 from the line with Savory. And now the visitors from Bowling Green have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession with 1:10 and counting to go until we reach the halftime break. Post up, left block, and able to roll two in there was Jalen Foster. And we are tied at 39 with under a minute to go. Rice had a lead at one point as large as 12. DJ coast to coast. Destiny Jackson scores two. And it's back to a 2-point lead for Rice, 41-39. 40 seconds to go until we reach the halftime break. 5 on the floor right now for the Lady Toppers: Savory, Meredith Foster, Faustino, and Gilvin. Here's a three from the top of the key and sunk by Maya Meredith. And Western Kentucky has retaken the lead for the first time this quarter, 42-41. Again, Rice's lead was 12 at one point in this quarter. The shot clock is off. Rice will play for the final shots. Crossway, Jackson, Austin, Gooden, and Hayes. DJ between the rings with 6. Left side, Gooden, 3 seconds. 2 into Austin. 1 off the glass. Put it in as the horn goes off. And that ends the half. And Rice has a 1-point lead. Lindsay Edmonds wanted an and one call, didn't receive it. But Rice does lead going to the break, 43-42 on Western Kentucky. It did not intend to make contact with Savory, but since it was above the shoulder area and unnecessary, they ruled it an intentional quote-unquote foul. So we appreciate that explanation, clearing things up for all of us here. Western Kentucky has the basketball to start this second quarter and second half, and they turn it over just as quickly. Destiny Jackson scoring 2 in transition. And the Rice lead is back to 3 at 45-42. The lead was large as 12 at one point. Meredith for 3 for WKU, off the mark. Rebound to Ashley Austin. On ahead to Destiny Jackson, finding Caitlin Crosthwaite off the glass and in. The Owls have started well with a 4-0 run here. And off the inbound, a foul on Caitlin Crosthwaite. And Crosthwaite saying, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. And for Caitlin, that is her first. So Rice 47, Western Kentucky 42 with 9:10 and counting to go, third quarter of play. WKU looking for another impressive victory to start conference play. Right wing 3 that missed from Meredith. Rebound underneath. Who touched it last? Somebody in white. It will stay with WKU. Western Kentucky all time since not all time, I guess I should say, since 1984-85. They're 29-9 in conference openers. Off the inbound, streaking down the left side is Hayes. Couldn't have the finger roll go her way. Rebound, Destiny Jackson. Here comes Rice. The 5 on the floor for them are Fisher, Crosthwaite, Jackson, Austin, and Gooden. Now a foul underneath the left basket. Somebody in red. Might be Foster. It is on Jalen. That is her second. First team foul on the Lady Toppers here in the quarter. Pitts, Meade, Meredith, Hayes, and Foster, the 5 and cladded in the red uniforms here to start this second half. There's a baseline jumper from the right block, extended good for Trinity Gooden. 49-42. Rice with a good start to this third. Now an air ball from Pitts. Ball picked up by Destiny Jackson. DJ into the front court to the free throw line. Right side, Crosthwaite, 3. Off the rim. Rebound, Malia Fisher underneath. Post up, going up glass from Ennis. No, or rather from Pitts. Could not put it in. Rebound pulled in by WKU. Far corner with the basketball. Hayes, travel. It is Western Kentucky's opponent basketball. Josie Gilvin is back in for the Lady Toppers. Rice with a 49-42 advantage. Check things out going on the men's side. The men are very, very close to winning. 81-78 with about 10 seconds left. Could be 9-10 for Scott Parra's bunch. Here in Houston, the Rice women leading Western Kentucky 49-42, approaching 8 minutes left in the third. Fisher, Crosthwaite left side. Top of the key, Ashley Austin to the free throw line. Options left side, now work it back to her from Crossway. Shot clock down to 5. Caitlin, left wing, 3 off the mark. Rebound pulled in defensively by Western Kentucky's Maya Meredith, the reigning freshman of the year. Despite missing the last 8 games last year due to injury, she still was the freshman of the year in the conference. Mead to the free throw line. Beautiful bounce pass. Meredith puts it in. Lexi Mead made that play happen. The lead cut down to 5 for Rice, 49-44. 7:20 and ticking to go. Period number 3 from Tudor Fieldhouse on a Thursday night. Jason Metco with you this evening. So glad you spent some of your Thursday with us. Ball intercepted right wing. Here come the Lady Toppers. They'll hand off to Mead in the far corner. Left wing 3. Foster hard off the heel. The rebound to Trinity Gooden of Rice. As Austin in the front court, but will go left side instead for Jackson. Right wing pass. Crossed weight. Pull up 3. Sticks it. Caitlin is now 3 of 5 from downtown tonight. 52-44 Rice leads. 6:45 and change to go until we reach the end of the third. Try to give and go. Hayes to Foster, overshot the runway. It'll be Rice basketball. Kennedy Clifton back in with 2 fouls. She will replace Trinity Gooden. And Western Kentucky brings back in Hope Savory. And one more too, Macy Blevins returns, the 5'10 sophomore from Monticello, Kentucky. 6:42 to play, third quarter. Rice leading by the score of 52-44. Fisher, Crossway, Jackson, Austin, and Clifton, the 5 on the floor right now for Rice, wearing the white uniforms, gray stitching, dark blue names and numerals. Austin in the middle key is bumped. And who's this on? It's on Jalen Foster, and that will put her in foul trouble with her third and force Greg Collins to make a move. Pitts is back in. Aaliyah has been held in check tonight. No points for her on 0 of 3 shooting. Near corner 3 ball. Off the mark from Clifton. Rebound, DJ. Kiss off the glass, not enough. Her own rebound. Back on high, Austin. Thought about a 3. Slow it down here. Approaching 6 to go until we reach the end of the third. Clifton into Austin. Ashley scores another 2. Looking for a foul, but will take the 2. And the lead is back to 10. The largest lead of the game for Rice was 12, with about 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Near corner 3 the other way. That is missed from Blevins. Rebound pulled in by DJ, and she's fouled. And Hope Savory picks up her second infraction this evening. Team foul 3 on the Lady Toppers, who trail by 10 to Rice with 5:14 counting to go in the third. Looks like they have found some rhythm, has Rice, after coughing up a 12-point lead in the second quarter. They now lead by 10. Jackson, crossweight, held it in left wing. Back to DJ between the rings, shot clock down to 10. Right side, Clifton, far corner. Austin tried to go back to Kennedy. She has it with 3 seconds, with 2, with 1. Tried to sell a foul, airballed the basketball from the free throw line. It is Western Kentucky basketball. Teresa Faustino is back in, the 5'9 junior from Portugal. In for Lexi Mead. 10-point deficit for the Lady Toppers. 5:10 and ticking to go until the end of the third. Faustino, free throw line, down the lane, shorted it, rebound, Destiny Jackson. Rice with the numbers in the whites. Clifton right wing to DJ at the top. Down the lane, DJ, no. Could not have the finger roll go her way. Western Kentucky is now in a scoring drought that has gone longer than 2.5 minutes. They're down by 10. They need some points. Top of the key 3, in and out for Pitts. Defensive board, Malia Fisher. And she's fouled in the backcourt by Gilvin, her second. And that will take us to a timeout on the floor. 4:42 remains to be played. Third quarter. The Owls have found their legs again here in this third period. They lead by 10 on WKU, 54-44. Rice University women's basketball from Learfield continues after this timeout. 3 o'clock start time for that one. JP Heath will have the Methodist Hospital pregame show for you at 2:45 on New Year's Eve day. On the Varsity Network app, riceowls.com, Left wing three off the inbound. Crossed weight, no, but the rebound, Kennedy Clifton scores. And Rice's lead is now tied for the largest of the game, 12. They had a 12-point lead with about 9 to go in the second quarter. Now lead by 12 here, and now a rejection underneath as there was no chance for Faustino there. And that was all ball from Kennedy Clifton. That was fun to see. I believe that's Kennedy's first block this season. Sub for Western Kentucky, Odie Betancourt is back in. Are we going to have another review here? It appears we are. Not sure what we would be reviewing other than who touched it last. That might be it. We're just being told that Josie Gilvin is bleeding. The Lady Toppers, the 6'0 freshman from Louisville. So they will review this to see if there is, in fact, a foul. And we will have a timeout on the floor for the review. All right, so we'll take it with them. 4:15 to go, third quarter. Rice leading by 12, 56-44. Rice University women's basketball from Learfield continues after this.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
We have an official timeout here with 4:15 remaining to be played in the third. Rice leading Western Kentucky 56-44. Jason Metka with you tonight. The officials are looking at the replay monitor again here, and we believe this may have something to do with Josie Gilvin, the 6'0 freshman from Louisville, who was going toe-to-toe with Kennedy Clifton, and we thought that Clifton had a clean rejection, but there might have been contact made, and thus Gilvin bleeding from her nose, we understand. That's what we had one of our colleagues here along the near sideline able to decipher. And now we'll determine if there is an infraction here on Clifton or not. Again, we did have an issue back in the first half involving Jazzy Owens-Barnett and Hope Savory, where Savory was hit in the face. It was unintentional per se, but the ruling of contact in the face area sort of supersedes that. And as a result, Jazzy Owens-Barnett was called with an intentional foul, even though that the contact she made with Savory was quote-unquote unintentional. And so the officials have determined that there will be no further penalties here to be assessed on anyone. And just a tough break for Gilvin. Off the inbound, Pitts for WKU scores 2. And Aaliyah Pitts has her first 2 this evening. That cuts it down to a 10-point Rice lead, 56-46 with 4 to play until the end of the third. Fisher, Crossweight, Austin, Clifton, Jazzy Owens-Barnett are on the floor right now for the Scholars. Jazzy, right elbow extended jumper, almost rolled that in. Defensive rebound, Macy Blevins, who's out there with Savory, Pitts, Faustino, and Betancourt. 3:40 and counting. Third quarter. Western Kentucky this season 3-6. They did have the lead with the waning seconds to go in the opening half. Here's a right wing three from Blevins. That died off the rim hard. The rebound pulled in by Malia Fisher of Rice. Malia's had a quiet night, only 2 points tonight. Almost had 5. Missed the 3 though. Rebound Ashley Austin looking for assistance. They'll go to Clifton for 3 left side. That's off the rim to the left. Defensive rebound, Betancourt. The Lady Toppers, ranked in the preseason coaches poll 6th. Rice was ranked 4th. Under 3 to play in the third. WKU is down by 10 points. In the red uniforms tonight, black stitching, white names and numerals. Savory between the rings, left side Blevins. Shot clock is down to 3. They'll go underneath, pitch short of it. Ball picked up by Trinity Gooden. Or Malia Fisher, I should say. Fisher's second rebound. Jazzy Owens-Barnett into the front court left wing. 2:25 and ticking to go in the third. Rice has a healthy lead right now of 10, but it seems shorter than that. Clifton baseline jumper from 7 off the mark. Ball out of bounds baseline left. And it will stay with Rice. Destiny Jackson is back in for the Scholars, replacing Caitlin Crostway. Rice hasn't made a bucket now in more than 2 minutes. 0 of their last 4 from the field. Into Fisher off the inbound, and she's quickly fouled. This might be on Faustino because she looks confused. Greg Collins is about to do a whole line change here. Savory, Pitts, Faustino, Blevins, and Betancourt are all out. They called the foul on Faustino. That's her first. Malia Fisher has 2 shots. First trip to the line for her tonight. And missed the first. WKU's 5 line change there has Meade, Meredith, Hayes, Foster, and Gilvin all in. Fisher with a rare double miss from the charity stripe. Rebound to Jalen Foster of the Lady Toppers, who are down by 10, 56-46. Approaching 2 minutes to go until the end of the third quarter. Here's Hayes down the lane, off the front part of the rim. The rebound tipped back in the hands of Gilvin. WKU with another crack at it here. Lexi Meade setting up the offense, going against Fisher to the free throw line. Lost the ball as it was poked away by Austin, but settled it down. Back to the top. Foster 3 connects. Jalen Foster for 3. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc is she tonight. The lead is cut down to 7. Fisher into the front court, wide open underneath Austin. Pump fake, high off the glass, couldn't put it down though. And then she makes contact with Foster and draws the foul. That's Ashley's first. Team foul 2 against Rice. 91 seconds to play third quarter. Rice with 56, WKU with 49. Press, inbound, stolen away, Jazzy Owens-Barnett, no. Fisher up and fouled. The press worked. Lexi Meade picks up her second. Malia Fisher, 2 shots. She just missed both of them a few moments ago. And Ashley Austin is out of the free throw line area. Did she just receive a technical foul? Fisher, beg your pardon, in the line, made the first. (57-49). It's been a strange game tonight, hasn't it? And a both. (58) for Rice, 49 Western Kentucky. 1:20 left till the end of the third. Behind the back dribble and Meade. Beautiful pass right side to Hayes. To the left elbow. Now down the left block. Rejected down low, Fisher. Ball picked back up, though, by Gilvin. The top, Pitts. Things getting pretty physical. This might be on Austin. It is. That is her third. And India Bellamy is back in for Ashley. 1:03 to go in a long third quarter. Rice leading by 9, 58-49. And the foul was not in the act of shooting. It was not, so the foul was on the floor, and Lady Toppers will inbound. Meade throws it into Pitts. Between the rings, Gilvin leaving it for Meade. Under a minute to go in the third. Meade with some fancy dribbling, handing off for Meredith. Ball's on the floor now, picked back up by Maya. Right side three, Pitts off the iron. Rebound Pitts, and then lost it on the baseline. It is Rice basketball. Greg Collins, frustrated, the fifth-year head coach here at WKU, putting his hands on the back of his head in frustration. It's about a 12-second differential between the game and shot clocks here. Rice leading by 9, 58-49. Now Bellamy lost at the top of the key. Here's a streaking Hayes who scores an easy 2. Lady Toppers are not done yet. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Rice 58, Western Kentucky 51. Let's see if the Scholars play for the final shot. Clifton left elbow jumper, scores. Never mind, you don't have to play for the last second shot if you don't want. 9-point lead, 60-51. Meade across the timeline, left wing, 3 with 1. Off the iron, and that's the end of it. We go to the fourth. Rice a 9-point advantage on Western Kentucky, 60-51. Fourth quarter comes your way after this. It's right to left. The home whites, gray stitching, dark blue names, and numerals. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Fisher, Crossway, Jackson, Bellamy, and Clifton. The 5 on the floor tonight to start this fourth. Give and go. Fisher underneath. Foul will go to the line for 2. Malia's had a quiet night scoring. Just 4 points. But she'll go to the line for 2. Maya Meredith hit with her second foul. And Fisher shoots 2 right now. Malia's 2 of 4 this evening from the charity stripe. First is in. That men's game, by the way, Rice was down by 13, came back and won. Fisher made them both. Had a double miss earlier tonight, made them both there. The lead is 11. It's been as large as 12 twice. 9:30 and change to go in regulation. Rice looking for their first win in Conference USA play after losing a tough one to Middle Tennessee. There's an NBA 3 from Hayes from the left wing extended and then some. Acacia with 5 points. Her first 3 tonight is a big one. 62-54, and now a steal by Pitts at the free throw line. 2-on-2, trying to hold on to the basketball the other way. An entanglement, a held ball. Alternating possession awarded to the Lady Toppers. Need to inbound, but not before a timeout by Greg Collins, the head coach of Western Kentucky. We'll take it with them. 9:06 to go regulation. Rice 62, Western Kentucky 54. Rice University women's basketball from Learfield comes back your way after this timeout. For the resumption of activities to take place involving basketball on the floor in front of us. But Greg Collins is receiving an explanation from one of our 3 officials regarding something about the game here tonight. They seem to be sharing a laugh about it, so it's nothing serious. Inbound play for WKU after the timeout. Meade looking for options. Rainbow pass into Meredith. Bounce pass left side, Meade. Meade, middle of the key. There's Fisher with a rejection. Malia all ball there. Destiny Jackson the other way. Near corner, Caitlin Crosswaits. Rice leading 62-54, and now Fisher is fouled at the top of the key by Gilvin. That is Gilvin's third. And team foul 2 on the visitors from Bowling Green tonight. Fisher, Crossway, Jackson, Bellamy, and Clifton are on the floor for Rice in the whites. 8:45 and ticking to go in this one. Owls looking for their 10th win of the season. More importantly, their first win in conference play after that tough loss 9 days ago to Middle Tennessee. Fisher, top of the key, 2 off the mark, just a little bit to the right. Rebound to Maya Meredith. Rice has had a lead as large as 12 twice. It evaporated in the waning minutes of the second quarter. WKU had a lead at that point with about 10 seconds to go. Hayes misses an easy bunny underneath the right basket. Rice with numbers 3 on 2. Clifton, baseline jumper from 12, in and out. Had Crossway on the other side, though. I don't think that Caitlin would have been able to receive such a pass. Down to 8 minutes to go. Rice hanging on to a 62-54 lead. Here's a college range 3 and then some good for Meade. They've done that a couple of times tonight. Good 4 or 5 feet beyond the line, sinking it. 62-57. WKU is not going quietly into that night. They have a 6-0 run that's lasted the last 95 seconds. Crossway near corner for Rice. Into Bellamy. India down the lane. Hacked with 7.5 to go. Anything is going to hurt WKU down the stretch is fouls. Gilvin now in foul trouble with 4. Jalen Foster already has 4, and here comes another line change from Greg Collins. Pitts, Meade, Meredith, Hayes, Gilvin, you're all out. Rice made 1 sub. Dominic Ennis is back in. 2 shots for India Bellamy. Missed the first. In for Western Kentucky, Savory, Meredith, Foster, Faustino, and Blevins. Double miss there for Bellamy. Rebound WKU. 7.25 to go. 62-57 is the deficit for Western Kentucky. Far corner 3, good from Foster. And WKU has cut this down to 2. A 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes. 7 minutes to go in regulation. And the few WKU fans who have made the trip here tonight, occupying about 15 seats, are the loudest in the building right now. Jackson uncontested down the lane and scores. And that has the fans who are sitting with their hands underneath them applauding. 64-60. Members of the mob, the band here tonight trying to cheer on with defense chants. 64-60. Fisher another stuff. That time of Meredith. Ashley Austin back in for Malia Fisher. 6:35 left. Rice 64, Western Kentucky 60. Blevins to inbound. And before the inbound, a foul on the floor. And they call this on Ashley Austin. Ashley looks towards the sky in disgust, and she's quickly back out for Malia Fisher. Ashley with 16 points tonight, but we won't be seeing her for probably another 3 minutes of game time. Inbound Blevins. Far corner 3. Savory connects. Unreal. 64-63. WKU down a point. 6:15 and ticking to go. Regulation. Ennis trapped in the left wing. Taken away. Tried to go to Fisher. Here comes Foster looking for the lead. They'll go left side. 3. Blevins scores. Timeout Rice. 6:02 left to be played in regulation. Western Kentucky is on a 9-0 run over the last 45 seconds. Foster. Pitts will do the honors. So Jalen Foster fouls out tonight. 6'0 sophomore from Austin who averaged 10.8 points per game, by far the team leader. Had 15 tonight. The Rice deficit is 2, 66-64. Owens Barnett for the tie. Missed it from the left elbow. Extended the ball out of bounds. I thought it might have touched Blevins before it went out. But they say it is WKU ball. Rice has had a lead of 12 twice tonight. Both of those have evaporated. Like a cold December wind in South Texas. It just doesn't happen all that often. Meredith is bumped now by Bellamy, and they are calling this game really tight. Bellamy now with her third. In some ways, this is starting to feel like the contest against the Cougs, where there were a lot of whistles and it was close down the stretch. Blevins to inbound. Give it in to Faustino. Under 5 to play. Chance of defense trying to be percolated from the mob. Under 10 on the shot clock. Faustino trapped right block. Middle of the key, Pitts. That's a walk. Go the other way with it. Ashley Austin back in. Keep in mind she has 4 fouls. India Bellamy takes a break. Ashley with a team high 16. 4:37 and ticking to go regulation play. Rice is down 2 to Western Kentucky at 66-64. Fisher, Crossway, Jackson, Austin, and Owens Barnett on the floor. And Jazzy tried to go on high for Crossway, taken away. Faustino in transition, fouled. That's Caitlin's second. Jazzy Owens Barnett is out. Trinity Gooden, or rather Kennedy Clifton, is back in. 2 free throws now for Teresa Faustino. 12 of 14 from the line coming into the matchup tonight. 2 of 4 in this game. And missed the first. A 2-point advantage. 66-64. And stays that way. Double miss. Rebound Caitlin Crossway. A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. Rice has not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. They have 4 turnovers in the last 5.5 minutes. It's still a 15-2 run for the Lady Toppers, spanning more than 5 minutes. Clifton, blocking foul underneath. That could have gone either way, depending on your point of view. Who's it on? It's on Pitts. That's her second. 5 team fouls and Lady Toppers, so it's double bonus the rest of the game. Kennedy Clifton, 2 big free throws for her now with 4:02 to go and her team down 2. And we have a brief stoppage to wipe up condensation on the floor. 1 spot done, another done. All right, everything's clean. Good to know. Kennedy Clifton, 2 shots. Her first trip to the line tonight, she misses. That is only her 4th attempt this season. 2 of 4 now. The southpaw releases and missed them both. Rebound tipped. It went out of bounds at the baseline left, and it last touched Fisher. Four minutes left. Western Kentucky 66, Rice 64. WKU ball left to right. Savory, Pitts, Meredith, Faustino, and Blevins. Faustino down the alley and sold the foul. My goodness. It's on Clifton. That's her third. Team foul, 4 on Rice. This has just been a sloppy second half. Faustino to the line, 2 shots. And missed the first off the back iron. The men of Rice victorious tonight in Bowling Green, 81-78. Second, that rolled out. Ball don't lie, as they say. Rebound pulled in by Rice. They're down 2. 3:40 to go in regulation. Jackson trying to make the play herself. Middle of the key, on high for Fisher. Malia with a quiet 6, and now she has 8. Made it from the left elbow. We're tied at 66. 3:25 to go in regulation. It is a brand new ball game again here at Tudor Fieldhouse. Looked like a carry by Faustino. Austin went down on the floor and picked it up. An excellent steal. On ahead to Crostwaite. Caitlin in the right wing. To Ashley Austin in the middle of the key. Dangerous with those 4 fouls. Lost the ball. Pitts picks it up. On ahead to Savory. Leading it. Blevins. 3. Sinks it. Macy Blevins. The 5'10 sophomore from Monticello, Kentucky. 9 points for her. All of them from downtown tonight. The lead is 3 for Western Kentucky. It is 69-66. 2:40 to go in regulation. Destiny Jackson between the circles. Savory going for the steal and made too much contact. She's incensed, but the foul is on her. That is Savory's third, and it's double bonus the rest of the game for the Scholars. Destiny Jackson has 2 free throws upcoming. DJ tonight is 1 of 2. The deficit is 3. The first sinks it. They've had a 12-point lead twice tonight. And now they trail by 1. 2:30 to go. Rice down a point to WKU, 69-68. Meade on high. Crossover dribble past Austin. Jumper shot. Kiss off the glass. A beautiful play there from Meade. Nothing Austin could do about that. Back to a 3-point advantage, 71-68. 2:07 and ticking to go. Here's a 3 from Crostway for the tie. She answers. And we're knotted up at 71. 2 minutes remaining. Boy, what a barn burner down the stretch. Meade backing up towards center. Greg Collins saying, spread it out, ladies. Ball's on the floor. Picked back up by Blevins. Right side to Hayes. Shot clock's under 10. Hayes crossover at the top of the key. Free throw line. Lost the ball to Austin. Feeding it on ahead to DJ. Jackson fouled as she goes up with 1:32. I think Austin was looking for a foul as she went for the strip. Might have had it, actually. But instead, there's a Lady Topper foul here with 1:32 left. It's the first on Blevins. And we will have free throw time now for Destiny Jackson. DJ is 3 of 4 from the line, 9 points tonight. Trying to break the stalemate. And she does not. Rolled it out. Jackson, an 86.4% free throw shooter before tonight. The second to break the tie does. 72-71, 1:30 left. Rice had a 12-point lead twice in this game. WKU basketball. Hayes, free throw line. Fade away, jumper for the lead and scores. Western Kentucky back up a point, 73-72. 1:10 and counting to go in regulation. Fisher, Crosthwaite, Jackson, Austin, Clifton, the 5 in white. Defense chance coming from the few fans from WKU who are here tonight. Last minute of play in the contest. Jackson stripped the ball as she went up for the shot. Here comes Western Kentucky. Gillivan, pump fake off the glass and scores. It's a 3-point lead for WKU, 75-72. I believe it's their largest of the game. 43 seconds and ticking to go in regulation. Clifton, right wing to Austin. Back on top for Jackson, 35 seconds here. DJ, top of the key for the tie, off the iron. Rebound near side Faustino, and now Rice has to foul with 28 seconds. And they do. The foul is on Crostwait. That's her third. Both teams are over the limit. 1 plus the penalty the other way for WKU. Rice with a 12-point lead twice tonight. 19 turnovers. That won't help. Faustino has not made a free throw tonight. Or has she? Now she's missed the last 3. She's 2 of 9 now after that first miss. Here's the second. That missed. Rebound Fisher. Shot clock turned off. Timeout. Rice. The clock's running. It went down to 23.8. There is going to at least be 3 seconds put back on the clock there. He's in this game tonight. Inbound to Destiny Jackson, and here we go. Out there with Clifton in the right wing. 20 seconds left. Austin, left wing. Are they looking for a 3 here? Austin lost the basketball in the middle of the key, and that might do it. Crostwait makes the foul with 13.7, and the Owls are in danger of going 0-2 in conference play after winning their first 9 games in a row. Macy Blevins to the line. And what a win this would be for Western Kentucky. Picked 6th in the preseason poll. The first is good from Blevins. Give her 10 points. Well, it's not how long you lead, it's if you lead at the end of the game. Blevins made them both. Timeout, Rice, 13.7 to go. Rice shooting as a team now 50% from the and 1 on the road to start CUSA play in the history of their program. Clifton to inbound, finds Austin. They need a 3 now. Ashley Strapp needs help. Finds DJ. Jackson down the alley. Prayer of a shot banked it in from the free throw line. Makes it 77-74. And now Crostwait makes contact, having to foul Hayes. And that is Caitlin's 5th, and she has fouled out. 16 points tonight, leading her team with Ashley Austin. A 3-point lead for Western Kentucky as Dominique Ennis is back in for Rice. Acacia Hayes has 2 free throws here. She's 14-19 coming into the contest. Made the first, it's back to a 2-possession lead. Well, we thought the Middle Tennessee game hurt. This is going to hurt even more. Hayes made them both. 5.8 to go, down 79-74. Jackson, 3 at the horn, a brick. And WKU comes into Tudor and stuns Rice, defeating the Owls tonight by the final score of 79-74.